This episode of the Lured Up podcast is brought to you by our Patreon. Everything we do here at the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by the community. You can join our community of supporters on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. We offer a range of support tiers and various benefits, and all patrons are eligible to join our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And we currently have a goal of hitting $500 in patron support, and you could help us out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. With tiers as low as $1 a month, you can support a collective of hardworking, part-time creators that have a passion for Pokemon, podcasting, and the community. Thanks for your consideration in supporting the Pokemon Professor Network. Adam, let's get into it. What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 324 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, October 16th, 2024, and this episode is streaming live on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm your host, Ken Pescator. That's Adam Tuttle. Adam, yo.
Hey, everyone.
Hello. What's happening? How are you?
Not bad. Doing okay.
Is that okay? Are we going with okay? Is it okay thing? That seems a little loaded. Or is it really okay? Is it really okay?
Things are getting better.
Okay. So only listen to emo half the time or the whole time?
The whole time. The whole time.
Adam was singing me some emo lyrics before we started recording.
Listen,
I was like,
Real Friends
yo.
came out with their latest album, okay, on the 11th, and it just hits so hard. It's so good. It's
Dude,
so good.
I think you should wear eyeliner tomorrow and a black shirt. And
it was never a phase. Right?
It's not a phase, Mom. It's not a phase. But we got plenty to talk about on today's show. We're going to recap the last week of gameplay, including the wrap-up of the Taken Over event. We had Mega Mawile Raid Day. We have the start of Magnetic Study that we're in right now. This weekend is Yamask Research Day. It'll give you a bunch of chances at some cool and very usable shinies, which is pretty neat. Part 1 of the Halloween event is coming up next week, so we'll make sure you're all prepped and ready to go to make the most of that event. Pokemon Go's raid system has been updated, but we don't know how or with what, so we'll kind of inappropriately speculate there what that could all mean. Festival of Lights will be an India-exclusive event making for an awesome costume Pikachu chase, and I know, Adam, I know you're not into the costumes here, but this might be a great catalyst to become friends with some trainers from India. Get on that raid rotation, you know what I mean? So you could do a raid or two of costume Pikachu. This could be a really cool way.
Now, if I'm doing routes, does Mateo prioritize?
No, but that would be cool. That's a good
I'm
call.
Just saying.
That would be neat. That would be really cool. But the big news of the week is the announcement of Gigantamax battles coming to the game, and a very, very new way of how we will be engaging with max battles, which is pretty cool. So we'll talk about all that. Toxtricity has been confirmed for Dynamax and Gigantamax and during the wild area next month, so we'll talk about that. And then finally, wrap things up with a conversation about the future of IRL play, kind of like plenty of things to touch on here. We had Niantic releasing this positive play guide. We have an announcement for, kind of stealthily released in game for Pokemon Playground. And we're going to talk about the Lightship VPS and why this all matters and what this could mean for the future of IRL play on a larger scale. So huge shout to everyone that's here in the chat already. Thank you so much. Maddie G, Chase, Fisher J, Likeable Monster. Thank you so much for getting the early jump in the chat. We appreciate you. If you are listening to the stream here or live in the stream, throw us a like, throw us a follow, throw us a share. We would appreciate it greatly. And but yeah, Adam, how was your week? Let's break it down. We had the wrap up of Taken Over. Did you do GIovanni? Did you get your Heatran? Or are you still kind of sleeping on that? I have not gotten my
Heatran. I still need to battle 25 grunts.
It's a lot easier to do that when you're getting more credit for them and when for they're constantly here and stuff like that during those events. Listen,
I play this game at my own pace. All right. Don't let me ruin your experience. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so. I guess not. But no, we had. Let's pull up the blog here. and just run through this really
I
quick.
can tell you that my shinies,
Not so good.
since the
Magnemite.
since, no, I would have loved that. I got 2 Chanseys. I've gotten 3 Mawiles and a Zubat, a Pineco, and a Mankey.
Okay. All right. Well, the Mankey's kind of pointless with
But
Community Day coming
right,
up.
right.
But tell me about your
I was
Mawile.
like, that's such a slap in the face.
All right. Well, let's skip taking over, right? So you had taken over, you took your time, blah blah blah, whatever it is, what it is.
Yeah.
So let's jump over to Mega Mawile Raid Day. How was that for you? Did you get to play, or were you working?
I did get to play. The first one I did was sitting at Jetpack Comics. I just could reach one of the gym in the parking lot, and I was like, I'll do it.
Are you doing TCG thing?
On the first one. Yeah, I was playing TCG. But then after that, I went and kind of did several more. I don't know the exact number, but I was supposed to hang out with Raber, and that didn't happen. But I was still able to do a bunch of raids, and I got 3 shinies. So
okay,
no hundos, but I already had the hundo, so I'm not upset about it.
So what about what about this being a raid day for a Pokemon that has a new Mega but an old shiny? Did the shiny chase feel any less of a grind for you? Because for me, it didn't even. It seemed to not matter that the shiny was also already released. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you get the one and done feeling where you're like, I beat the game. I don't have to do this anymore. But I ended up, I think, with maybe I couldn't play in person, so I didn't go to Red Bank. I was out and about running around doing errands all day, so I was kind of doing remotes here and there. Hilariously enough, I made fun of people last week saying like, those people that do 20 remote raids, spend $40 on raids. Yeah, I spent about $30 on raids, so that was me last week. So I'll eat my shoe on that one. But it was what I had to do. It wasn't like I was out there, raiding in person also. So I had to do. But what I definitely dug about it was that even after getting the shiny, getting the shiny a couple times, I didn't care. I kept going. I'm going to pull up on the screen real quick my Shadow Heatran that I got, which is a 8-14-13, so right in the middle of 2 stars here, but I did get that this week. But no, I had a good time with Mega Mawile. I think the shiny looks great when it's Mega Evolved, and from what I saw, there was plenty of IRL communities that were like really out and about, and I think Raid Day is a testament to motivating people to get out by enticing them with good free-to-play gameplay, and I think that a raid day
for sure
gives you, an hour, or if you're a more casual player, even like 2 hours of gameplay that you can do 5 to 7 raids on Niantic's dime, you know what I mean? And enjoy it and pace yourself over the hour. And I think that's a really cool kind of experience for a lot of trainers. So that's why I think these events do pretty well. But no, I totally enjoyed the event. I thought it was great. But Magnetic Study is where we're at now, and I kind of wanted to run through all this news stuff pretty quickly because I want to make sure we have enough time to talk about the VPS and explain kind of all that stuff. It's a little bit more technical, so let's rip through the news here a little bit. But we're in Magnetic Study now, and this is a Plusle and Minun event. Kind of, we talked about this last week, how Plusle and Minun are like the OGs of like having a shiny based event. I remember it was a lot of 2017 global or 2017 makeup or something like that they had these things everywhere. So a lot of the OG players have plenty of Plusle and Minun from that event. Magnemite thrown in here as well. And this event was a short one. It was the 15th through the 17th. This has the rotating bonuses. Like today's the 16th. We got 50% more XP for raids. I didn't really do a handful of raids today because I was super busy.
I did one.
But for those that did Raid Hour for Giratina, which is a great one to do Raid Hour for, this was nice to get that bonus. You could really, sometimes event bonuses don't benefit you because they either don't stack with what else is going on, or the event will give you quarter hatch distance, and then the thing that's already happening gives you quarter hatch distance, so it's like you don't benefit from it. But having a Raid Hour at the same time as there being 50% more XP from raid battles, that's kind of a win-win. And then tomorrow we have double dust all day for catching. So, tomorrow you're definitely going to want to get on that grind if you can. There was timed research and field research. I think I got, what did I get? I got one or two. Hold up, let me pull this up real quick. Go back here. I got a plusle. I got one plusle, from the event. So I'm not mad at it. For Mawile, now that I'm looking at it, I also did get a shiny Chansey. You can't go wrong with Chansey. I love my Chanseys. I got plenty of lucky shiny Chanseys here. Because
at this point I'm just saving them for you. So
yeah, let me see how many Delibirds I have still in I have 47 Delibirds. Do I really need 47? These are to all trade to Adam.
You can get rid of all of the normal ones, but do not get rid of any shinies.
I only have one shiny because I believe I gave my others to you. So I only have one.
That's okay. You gotta
shiny
keep trading
Delibird
them to me.
I will.
Until I get the Shundo. I got to get the Shundo. I have 2 Hundos. I have the bow and then the normal one.
All right. Well, magnetic study 3-day event. Do these we're both parents. We're both, full-time workers and have active lives outside of Pokemon Go. How do these midweek events do it for you? Because sometimes
I actually like these. They keep me engaged for that allotted time. Like, they weren't very complicated tasks. It was like spin stops. I'm going to do that anyways at work. Like,
yeah.
With the Go++. So I was able to complete. I had just opened the game and I had a whole bunch of research already to go. I had to evolve a Pokemon. I'm like, okay, that doesn't take much time.
Nice.
So, like, the couple minutes that it was to deal with this research, it was totally worth it.
Oh, that's good.
And then you could drop a star piece and just, like, get extra Stardust. Like,
tomorrow,
you know what I mean?
Tomorrow you're going to want to drop the star piece because that's when you'll be able to rack it up with the double dust. But I sometimes struggle to play the midweek events because I'm typically running around. I'm like a cook dinner for the family guy every night, so I'm always cooking when I get out of work. So raid hours, spotlight hours are tough for me. If I'm working all day and I'm sitting behind a desk all day, right? So I can't really get out there outside of my lunch break, which, I'll typically try to do my daily venture incense and a couple routes and things like that. But it's hard for me during the week to like really take advantage of these events. So when they're only in the middle of the week, there a lot of times I can't take advantage of them as much as I want to. Tomorrow I'll probably make an effort to do it a little bit more just so I can hoard some dust, even though I have absolutely no need for it. But Likeable Monster says, bro, my wife's right here. Don't be saying you cook. Yo, I'm chefing it up, bro. You got to see the Foodies channel in the Discord, dude. It's
let them cook,
dude. I do be cooking. I do be cooking. But we, the relentless onslaught of October events continues. We've got Yamask and Galarian Yamask Research Day this weekend. I like these events. Sometimes it's 2 to 5 is kind of a short window to do a research day. I remember didn't these used to be like a 10 to 8 kind of thing? I just remember these events when they first came out having longer hours.
Yeah, they were. Hours. Yeah, they were much longer.
So the shortened window, yes, it's cool because it gets people together. But from the feedback that I've seen on events like this, for some trainers that don't have like a downtown Red Bank like I have with 50, 60 stops in it, the people are going to be on the move. So it's really hard to get a centralized group together because kind of people are bouncing around here and there, going to different spots to maximize the amount of stops they interact with. So I see good and bad in the 3-hour window for these events, but it's still a fun event. And again, like you were saying, it kind of overlaps with things you were going to be doing anyway, right? You're going to be out there if you're playing, yes. You're grinding, yep. you're spinning stops. And like on a community day that's like, catch 3 Sawaddle, these tasks will probably be somewhat easy to like turn over fast. So yeah, you only have 3 hours, but if you put your head down, you could probably, probably score well here. But Yamask and Galarian Mask with a higher shiny rate on both of them, that'll be pretty cool. Cubone, Zigzagoon, Galarian Zigzagoon, Duskull, Shieldon in the wild. There's some good PvP stuff here too. So it's nice that there's going to be some other usage for the encounters that are here, which is pretty cool. $2 paid research with Yamask and Galarian Yamask. This is that good price point where it's pretty much $1. It's a gimme. Everyone's gonna if they are gonna pick up anything in the game, and it's $1, that'll be the price point. So $2 might be a stretch for some people, but for others, it's like just as acceptable as a $1 thing. So I do think the $2 price point is pretty nice. So you got some masks coming back in the shop, which is pretty cool. The Riolo mask looks pretty cool.
It looks all right.
What do you mean it looks all right?
I don't know about pretty cool.
I think it's cool.
Okay. All right. I guess it's cool then.
Well,
it's
yeah,
cool if you think it's cool.
That's definitely correct. Keller's Gaming says we know who is cooking tomorrow. Yeah, all of us. What are you just eating, Adam? Adam was eating some beans or something right before we recorded. Some green beans.
I was eating fried green beans.
Fried green beans? How do you take something healthy and ruin the health part of it?
Fried. It was air fried. Fried. It's healthy. All right. Stop.
Oh, nice. Dude, the air fryer is the best. I love the air fryer. I put everything. I've got the air fryer toaster oven combo mammer jammer always on air fry mode. I don't care if I'm making toast. Yep. Air fry mode. I cook everything in that. I rarely use my oven because like this thing is so big you could put like a DiGiorno pizza up in there, it's that big. It's the best.
We got a pizza, a frozen pizza, and we have just used the air fryer for so long that we were so used to like cutting it in half and then throwing it in there,
right?
Or like cutting a piece and throwing it in the air fryer that now that we moved and we're in a new house, we have a brand new oven, and I'm making pizza, and I put the pizza. I'm looking at the oven and I'm like,
cut it in half.
Going to preheat. No, getting ready to preheat it, and it's like no preheat mode, and I was like, what? And it's like, throw it right in. I was like, and it cooked it, but I definitely noticed that like the whole bottom, it was super crisp. It looked fantastic. It wasn't burnt, but like the middle of it, like on the top, was a little less than done.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely pizza so bad right now.
It was so good though. It was so good. So I just like let it rest in there for like another 5 minutes, and it was perfect. It was so good. And I was like, what life am I living right now where my oven has no preheat?
I have an affinity for frozen pizza, dude. I love me some frozen pizza, yo. Give me some Celeste.
Yeah.
Or some Elios. Bro, Elios. What?
Elios.
Yo, in the chat, yes, Joe in the chat says Elios. Yes, that's the bomb.
It's so good. My son loves it, and it's like that's like the only pizza.
I get the box for like 9 slices. I'm like, you spelled wrong. We spelled one wrong. You spelled one slice wrong.
That's me. I'm always like, I always cook one, and I used to be able to cut, it into half and be able to be like, here you go, Ashton. But now he wants the whole thing. And now it's like there's 3 in there. So it's like I cook one, but it's like I cook one for him, I cook one for me. And he's like, I'm still hungry, Dad. Can I get another one? And then it's like a weird, do I cut that one in half, or do I give him one of the 3 slices? Do I give him 2 of the 3 slices? It's a lot of fun.
I just got
Elios
sent
pizza.
Elios is the bomb, dude. Elios is the bomb. I just got sent a raid, so I'm just gonna pull it up on screen. Shout to KJ the Man on the invite. I don't even know.
KJ the Man.
I don't even have. Oh my God, Bush raids. League. I don't even have something mega evolved right now.
Bush League. Can't believe it. I literally can't believe it.
You embarrass me, Toretto.
From 0 to even, I just can't believe it.
I don't even know what that means, but all right. Oh, I gotta put my buddy. Oh snap. I get the heart. I need the heart.
This is the most
half moon. Half moon. I got to put half moon in the raid in the anchor position so I can. Yo, Joe in the chat says my brother still occasionally goes for Domino's. Yo, Domino's is a guilty pleasure, bro. I will listen. I will tear up some Domino's.
I just got my emergency pizza yesterday. Okay,
is that Domino's?
Yes. So I got my emergency pizza. I was doing half cheese and half like peppers for myself and Chanel, and then the cheese for Ashton. I hand him the box of pizza, and he opens it up and he goes, "Dad, this has peppers all over it." And I was like, "No way." So I went in, and it was like the guy already knew. He's like, "It was wrong." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "It was supposed to be half, wasn't it?" And I was like, "Yep." And he's like, "I can't take it back, but I'll make you another one." And I've never seen somebody throw in a cheese pizza and have it done and cut and thrown at my face. Not thrown at my face literally, that would burn.
Take your pizza.
But, no, but like it was cooked. So it was literally minutes, like 5 or 6 max. I swear it was 5, but 6 minutes max. They had that pizza in and out, and I was like, "There's no way!" Like, that's so fast, as fast as I've ever gotten any pizza. So
I forgot how close.
But they made it right. They made it right, and then they did offer. They were like, "Hey, do you want to add some garlic bites or whatever?" And I was like, "You know what? You're gonna give me 50% off of them, just so you make a buck. I'm okay with that."
I got the Elios up on the screen right now. You got the garlic? They got you on the garlic sticks?
Yeah, but they were only $3 versus the $5.9 or the $6.99 that they normally are with that like meal deal thing.
I'll take the Elios any day of the week. It reminds me of school pizza.
And I will say, yeah.
That's why like a tray
every day.
Yo, in my cafeterias growing up at school, we had like, it was like Adam Sandler lunch lady mode with like the big like 6 foot by 6 foot tray of pizza that they just like hacksaw like straight across. That's definitely Elios. Yo, I can't catch this thing. I want to move on to the next segment, but I'm trying to catch this stupid Giratina. Come on, get in the ball. All right, well, KJ, thank you for the Giratina. Let's see. It's a 14, 11, 12 doo-doo.
Yep, I think that's 100%. That's 100%.
Yeah,
Gotta be.
It's not. All right, let's get into the Halloween event real quick. We'll keep the news rolling here.
Okay.
No, this is gonna be a good one. We talked about Morpeko last week, how it's bringing changes to battles. I like that Morpeko is going to be available in GBL. I'm still not a person that is willing to spend raid passes for the premium tract in GBL. I've never been someone to do that. Now, Adam, I know you were sitting on like 100 raid passes at one point. You were using these in GBL, right? Like.
I was.
No, dude, not me, man. I can't
do
it.
I think I was at like 115 or maybe 120. Bananas. And that was at GoFest. I'm down to 76.
Oh my God. Halloween 2024 Part 1 starts October the 22nd through the 28th. We kind of chatted about this briefly last week. But Morpeko making the big news here with Aura Wheel being able to switch between electric and dark, and, all that kind of stuff between full belly and hangry mode. This is really exciting. Definitely going to be opening the door for a lot more changes in PvP, a lot more cool, fun mechanics that can come in. But it says, starting with the event, you can find Morpeko in reward encounters throughout the season in the Go Battle League. During the event, Morpeko will be encountered more frequently in the premium track of Go Battle League. After the event, starting at rank 16 in GBL, Morpeko will be encountered in both GBL reward tracks, but more frequently in the premium track. So, from what I understand, during the event, Morpeko will be available to everyone in GBL. More frequently in the premium track, but even someone who's level 5, rank 5, rank 2, whatever, if they get an encounter, they have a chance at getting an encounter at Morpeko. And again, more frequent and premium. But after the event, only rank 16 and above will have a shot at Morpeko. So if you're below rank 16, you may want to use this next kind of window here for the Halloween event to rank up to at least 16 if you can, or if not, just to grind while you can while it's in the track before the event ends, because this is how you're going to be able to get this thing. Ghastly coming to max battles, which is really exciting. I mean, this is Adam. You said before we started recording again, you were really raving on max battles.
Can I get into it? Can I get into a rant?
Absolutely, go for it, please. Let's hear it.
I was thinking a lot today on the ride to work and the ride home. I was thinking about how much fun the max battles are, and the fact that they are challenging, and that they are putting new obstacles in our way, and that this game, this is the best thing for it. And I know I've already said that, but where I was thinking is like, they better not do remote max battles ever. That will literally ruin. That will ruin this whole concept. That will ruin what they've put. This is a new way to play with the game. It's a new way to engage. It's so much fun. My brother did a phalanx with me. He goes, "What do I do?" He's like, "I've only got 2 Wooloos." And I was like, "You just join it with me. I will be able to take it down, but having you there with me, you can help by just..."
His Wooloo was like, button. "Go at him, go at him."
It was like, it just
died.
It was good though. So we beat it, and it was awesome. That was my brother's first experience with a max battle. So he battled it, was like, "Whoa, that's so cool." He was like astounded by phalanx. He's like, "I want that so bad." And I was like, "You got it." So we beat it. Both of our IVs were iffy. And I go, "Dude," I was like, "Are we lucky friends?" I was like, "I don't know if we are or not, but if we are, we should trade. You'll still have the phalanx. It'll just be probably better." And so we look, we're both lucky friends. I'm like, "Let's go." So we trade, and I'm like, "We're looking for 1347. And we trade. He looks at his. It was a little bit lower than that. I look at mine, 1347. I got the 100% off of the trade with my brother, and I was like, "This is the best." It's such a
it was
good
like
feeling.
The circle of life.
It was such a good feeling. And let me tell you, I don't know. So I've been powering that thing up. It's my buddy right now. It is the worst thing to be your buddy on the screen. It literally like hops
so
around.
Big.
It's just it's like a line that goes like it looks horrible.
So but
hold on, I'm not done. I'm not done with the raid. I'm not done with the rant. Okay, so the rant is that I do not approve of remote battling these, and I am so thankful that these are so difficult. Like Phalanx put a challenge. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to beat Phalanx until I powered up Metagross, and then I powered up my Charizard. At first, I just thought, oh, well, because I've been just destroying everything with base forms, I was like, if I just evolve into Charizard, I'll be able to take this down.
Yeah, no.
And it took me down.
You got to invest.
I got handed multiple times until I realized that like I need to invest a lot more Stardust, and I did. I've been clawing for Stardust recently, and it's a good feeling. The game is fresh, it's hard, and with these max battles, we're gonna come to a point where, you know, we have a type advantage for everything, so they will be easier. But right now they're hard, and that's what we want from the game. We want it to be hard.
But what makes this different than an elite raid? You were like, why can't you remote raid to elites? And this is too hard. You don't have enough people. Is it because they're just hard enough? Because I think that's the difference between like
they're just hard enough.
Like elite raids, you needed 4, you needed 5. If you're lower level, you needed 6. Here, you need 2, right?
But
maybe 3.
The elite raids just burnt me in the beginning, and at that point I just had no faith in them. And I hope that they never come back. I hope that elite rates never come back. I hope that they are utilizing that information. I hope they're utilizing that information and putting it into these max battles, and that's what they are currently. Now that you're saying it out loud, that's what I think. And I don't know. I feel like when we get the Gigantamax, if things are hard, like they're supposed to be. And if I don't get a Gigantamax on day 1, if I don't get a Gigantamax for like 3 or 4 days, 3 or 4 weeks, because of the difficulty, I'm okay with that. Like, wow. I'm rural. I don't have the luxury.
Adam, you're a new trainer. You've turned a new leaf. This is incredible.
Yes. And it's such a good feeling knowing that like I'm fighting to try to get 100% of the Pokemon that can be Dynamaxable. And it's like, I didn't get a chance with the Wooloo. I didn't get a chance with the starters, and it's okay. They're on a rotation. They will come back eventually.
Well, dude,
like, I know that.
That's why I love doing those Kanto starters, even though they were, it's tier 1s or throwaways, right? Like you're going to defeat it with a Wooloo. It doesn't matter. But the grind to say like, hey, I want a hundo that I can also mega evolve. And now it's like, I can choose. Do I want to mega evolve it or do I want to Dynamax it and use, you know what I mean? Like the fact that they have, all that talk in the beginning of Dynamax Pokemon are pointless because you can't use them anywhere else. And it's like, people forget there's still collectibles, there's still collections, there's still dex fillers, and some of them can be mega evolved. You could use them as gym defenders to take gyms down. You could use them in PvP. Like they're still usable in all these different areas, but there are some that can mega evolve as well. And that's pretty cool because then you're getting even more value out of that Pokemon. And it's like, oh, well, that's clearly the one I'm going to invest the Stardust and Candy into because I can get the most gameplay out of it. I can get the most diverse actual usage out of it. So no, I'm psyched.
And I've had a blast. I know that Score Bunny just came out. I got the hundo and I immediately evolved it.
Yeah,
I want that to be fully
and that's
powered.
unique for you. Usually you sit on stuff.
That's something I don't do. That's something I don't do. Like Rookie, nothing. Yeah. I mean, I did pick the Sobble task and it made me evolve. So like, I'm kind of over that. So I was very upset with that. I hate when they do that. Yeah. I will forever be against that. Don't force me into evolution. But like that literally is frustrating. But Grookey has not evolved, so
I'm excited for the Ghastly shiny chase. We all know how awesome, Mega Gengar is when it's shiny. Mega Gigantamax Ghastly looks cool too. You know what I mean? So,
perhaps... so is the Ghastly going to be able to Gigantamax, or will it just Dynamax?
It'll just Dynamax, but this is the grind that is perpetuating.
But what does the benefit of that do? Like, why would I want Ghastly? Okay, why would I want regular Gengar over Gigantamax Gengar?
Well, because for one, like a regular Ghastly or a regular Gengar, you're not going to be able to Dynamax or Gigantamax. It has to carry the tag, right? So it's
right. So like you battle a Ghastly, you evolve it into Gengar.
You say, oh, okay. You're saying so.
I'm saying, why would I want a Gengar that can Dynamax when I could have a Gengar that could Gigantamax?
Well, because
that's my question.
We don't have available Gengar Gigantamax yet. You know what I mean? But we know it's coming. We know Gigantamax is coming. But the grind right now is for the Dynamax. But the fact that I can also Mega Evolve that Gengar, even if it's just a Dynamax tag, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, then it's your ghost coverage. I get it.
No, I think that's awesome. Double Catch Candy, increased chance at XL for 31 and up.
Do we think the Ghastly will be hard?
No, it's tier 1.
Like,
it's tier 1.
No, but kind of like Beldum.
No, Beldum was tier 3. Phalanx is tier 3. This thing is going to be a wash. It's going to be a,
But why was Beldum a tier 3? I still don't understand that.
Because it's a pseudo something or others.
It's a pseudo something.
Zubat, Spinarak, Murkrow, Misdreavus, Shuppet, Drifloon, Purloin, Female, Frillish, Zorua, Litwick, Grievard, Sableye, Absol, the wild encounter list. This is really about Zorua for a lot of people. There are some holdouts on here. Female, Frillish for sure. Litwick is another one that people might have missed Community Day, so that's a cool one. In raids, Sneasel, Sableye, Yamask, Galarian Yamask, so there's your chance at the Yamask's in there. Bombardier, you sent me one today. Did not get the shiny. I still don't have a shiny.
I did not either.
Hisuian, Typhlosion, and Umbreon in 3 stars as well. There is free timed research, which is pretty cool. This is the Spiritomb, the 108 Spirits story. There's a $5 paid timed research for triple catch candy. Is that exciting? I don't know if that's exciting. I don't think that's exciting. Event themed Pokemon. This is how you get all of your costume stuff. But they're also throwing Spiritomb and Morpeko encounters in here. Remember, Morpeko is in GBL, but it's also in the timed research and here in the paid research as well. So, again, depending on how you want to go about getting Morpeko, if you really don't want to do those GBL, there is some other options. And then there's the $2 ticket that gives you all of kind of the legacy costume stuff, a bunch of spooky and Halloween costumes there as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Dude, these are good shiny.
Right?
These are shiny chases. You get a free Galarian Mr. Mime with purchase. New avatar items. You get the Morpeko onesie.
Just kidding. You don't actually.
You don't get that. Yeah.
It's just funny.
You said you were getting it. I spent $7.99.
I heard on the LURED Up podcast that you get a free Galarian Mr. Mime.
Explore with decor, the backgrounds, Pokestops, gyms. Remember they had like the little pumpkins and stuff at their base, which was pretty cool.
Yep.
Lavender Town music. Turn the music on for once. Well, yeah. Dude, I'm telling you. Give me two... let me show you. I have my music off right now. But if I go into settings, this is the way I do it right now. This is the way I do it. Let me pull up the phone.
Yeah, this is the way you do it. You just say this is the way you do it, and then you do it.
2 on the music, 1 on the sound effects, bro. That's it's a nice little balance. Keep the volume super low. Get that little Lavender Town little immersion. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All. There will be showcases. Yo, I won a show. I won 2 showcases tonight from the Magnemites. I got 2 first places and a second place. I won 2. That was legit, bro. 3 incense, star piece, rainy lure, magnetic lure. Stocked up. It was awesome. But a lot of ghost stuff. Mega evolve your Gengar throughout the event. If you have a couple Gengars up there, just mega evolve your Gengars through the event. Get the extra candy going on. But I'm totally hyped for this. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with part 2. And especially knowing that Gigantamax is coming, which we'll get to in a minute. It'll be interesting to see how they start preparing for that because that's coming through in November. All right, a couple more things before we break. Let's talk about Festival of Lights. We'll do this one real quick. Indian exclusive. So India exclusive. Pikachu wearing a sari debuts at the Festival of Lights. Look at that costume, Pikachu. It is adorable. Adorables. Double Stardust, double XP, but again, exclusive event to India. They are, however, there's a bunch of cool spawns here as well, but raids. Pikachu wearing the costume is in raids, and you can remote these.
So remote that.
So now's your chance. You know about this event. This event is a Friday, November 1st to the Monday, November 4th. You have 2 weeks to go online and find some trainers from India that want to be friends that'll send you some raids. But you best believe I'll be trying to do as many of these India raids as possible to get this Pikachu. So if you're on my friends list from India, send me some raids for sure. But it looks like an awesome event for India. Yeah, Indian trainers, pretty awesome events, or a pretty awesome spawn pool and things here. Nice little pocket event, which is pretty good. But here's the big news, Adam. It says go bigger with Gigantamax Pokemon in new max battles. This is the real deal. This is the hype. We obviously knew this was coming. Did you think that this was going to be announced so close to Dynamax, or did you think that this was kind of...
No, I thought this was going to be next year.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be next year's Go Fest.
Yep. KJ Demand, subscribe to Tier 1. Thank you, dude. 6 months straight. Thanks you so very much. I just did your raid that you sent me on screen. But go bigger with Gigantamax Pokemon in new max battles. Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise are making their Pokemon Go Gigantamax debut, and these max battles are unlike anything you've ever seen, Adam. It appears these Gigantamax Pokemon can only be defeated when enough trainers unite as a team. Reports indicate that groups of 10 to 40 trainers are able to defeat and catch these formidable power spot bosses. One thing is clear, they are the biggest challenges in the Pokemon Go yet. Get the latest findings, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the Go Bigger event, Saturday, October 26th to Sunday, October 27th. A weekend of Gigantamax battles. Following Pokemon will make their Pokemon Go Gigantamax debut in 6-star max battles. So we've got our starters in 1 stars. We had Beldum and Phalanx in 3 stars. Now we're jumping past 5 and going right up to 6 Gigantamax. We'll obviously have 5-star Dynamax battles once those come, but as Gigantamax bumps up to tier 6-star, which is pretty cool.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is exciting. This is challenging. This forces you to have like, I mean, 7 level 50 trainers with maxed out 3 Pokemon.
But now, does that scare a lot of people, though? Does that scare a lot of people because they're like,
that should.
That's
the whole point of
spicy. I like it. I agree.
That's the whole point. This is exciting for me because I'm maxing out my Dynamax Pokemon. I'm excited for this feature. Some people are just catching them as they see fit and just not investing anything and just doing whatever, or being like, I'm going to take down Phalanx. I'm going to max out 3 Metagross.
The thing is, you're not going to be able to get carried as easily in a Gigantamax battle because they're calling for groups of 10. So here's how this is going to work. It's up to 40 trainers, but they are teams of up to 4. So just like a Dynamax party, you would lobby with up to 4 trainers or up to 3 additional trainers, so 4 people. Then that group of 4 would join the larger group, and up to 10 of those groups of 4 can join together. So it's not one 40-person lobby. It can be up to 10 4-person lobbies that all come together to battle against the Gigantamax. And they're saying
this is.
Go ahead.
Okay, I get heated here. No. This is exciting because this makes live events so much more exciting, because you can do these max battles or Gigantamax battles with your entire crew, with your entire squad. You can get together with so many people and just be like, listen, we're all going in, we're all going to take this down together. Like, it just breathes positivity and excitement, and those battles become memories. Like, I don't know. They're just, I don't know. Emotional moments. I don't know.
Dude,
these they're sentimental. Like, these are events and Pokemon that you get to have affinity towards, because I caught that Pokemon with Adam from LURED Up.
Sure.
I caught that Pokemon at this event with Ken from LURED Up.
I agree.
I mean? Like, it's dude. Or I caught this Pokemon when I went and visited my mom in Arizona, and we did this Gigantamax battle together, and I'm taking this home with me, and I couldn't have done it without the help of my mom and the people she plays with down there.
No, I agree.
Like, they're like, the Pokemon hold a lot more weight than just like, I remote rated that from somebody that I don't.
Okay, we talked about the commoditization of Pokemon, right? Give me $1. Here's $1. Give me a Pokemon. It was a transaction, right?
And there's no, and
I didn't know the people in the remote raid. I just showed up, and 120 seconds later, I had my legendary, right? This, like you're saying, it's a lot different because you have to put in a lot more effort.
Do we know what the particle power or max particles it's going to take?
800?
Okay. Isn't that pretty much we can hold
you could do a free one a day.
So you could do one a day.
Mm-hmm.
Think of that. Like, just in general, just think of that. That's all you can do.
Yep.
Unless you can cash cow and pay a bunch of money, but you also have to have 9-10 other people that are willing to dish out a bunch of money to do a second one. You know what I mean? Like, that's not realistic. I know during events, they'll probably raise the max you can hold or something like that. But
no, they're going to sell it to us, dude. That's really what's going to come down to, is they're going to sell additional storage. I talked about that on the Zoom call on Monday night, and everyone was like, really? They're going to do that? I was like, bro, if you think they're not going to do that, like, you got problems, because of course they're going to do that.
I feel like we need a rebalance, because if 800 is what it costs, no one tier 1 costs 200.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make like that. That's not okay.
What do you mean?
You should be able
you
to.
could do 4 tier 1s. You could do 1 tier 6.
But
I think that balances.
But you gotta imagine the casual, like, just hear me out. I'm the casual. I see a power spot. It's at my work. I'm jumping in. I'm doing it. And then throughout the day, I'm collecting max particles, just walking around. But like, I'm not staying put, so I'm not doing those. I'm, whatever. I'm getting max particles. I can't participate because I have 700, and I look like a jerk because I told everyone I was going to show up.
Pay up, bro.
That's what makes me mad.
Pay up. That's the balance you have to. It takes coordination.
I understand that, but they just kind of gave us a number and they were like, "This is it." But now they're releasing all these different denominations with tier 3, tier 6. I feel like it should be increased to at least 1,200.
You're talking about your daily.
Yes.
What you could,
and we should. What we can hold, 1,200. I think that's reasonable, and it's not. I'm not asking for a miracle. That extra 200 is just going to put us in a place where we can do a Gigantamax and a tier 1.
See, but I look at it in a similar way, but I'm like, the Gigantamax, the tier 6 being like the ultimate, right? That's at the top of the food chain. You could do one of those a day, just like you can,
right.
it gives you more agency.
Be able to play,
but it gives you more agency.
Engagement. Yeah, but the engagement, you want to play the game more.
But think about raid passes though. You get 1 raid pass for free a day. You could do a legendary with it. You could do a mega with it. You could do a tier 1 with it. Doesn't matter. You're losing that raid pass. The max particles, it costs you 800 to do a Gigantamax, but you have the agency to say, I could have up to 1,000. So I could do, if I time this right, I could do 1 Gigantamax and 1 tier 1. I could do 5 tier 1s. I could do 2 tier 3s and 2 tier 1s. It's like,
Ken, you're playing devil's advocate. It's making me really upset right
now. But you have to, because there's going to be a lot of people that are free to play. Or me, like, I don't feel the need to invest right now in max particles. But what that does, but that causes me to have to do the math and try to figure out and plan this stuff. Agent X in the chat talking about 40-person lobbies, like, how much coordination is going to be needed? A lot, right?
But it's going to bring communities closer together. It's going to bring your friend group who plays this game closer together. It's going to make live events that much better.
But here's the devil's advocate, though.
Many positives.
I agree with you. I agree.
Negative,
I'm just trying to be devil's advocate here. What about the person that can't get 3 people together? And it's like we're trying to get them to get 40 people together.
I'm that person, Ken.
I know.
You're talking about me.
I know. You're the rural trainer. You and Masterful 27. The rural trainers.
If there is a Gigantamax battle out here in the road that I'm on, there is nobody that I can contact to be like, hey, can you drive to this area to just do this one Gigantamax?
Well, you got to make it happen. It's gonna be tough. JT Valor in the chat saying hopefully they'll be fun. You know what? You're right. That hopefully it's not a drag, right? Hopefully it's not all coordination and no elation. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully they are.
There are new tools. Like, not new tools, but we've had tools, and we should be using them, like Campfire, to say, "Hey, I'm here. This lasts all day. Let me know who's available when," and like that simple communication can go a long way. That's all I'm saying.
I'm pulling up Campfire real quick because you can now see power spots on Campfire, which is pretty awesome.
Okay, I didn't even know that. So that's
I
was just saying in general, you can communicate with people on there. So
and in regards to Gigantamax, there was this absolutely stunning, incredible, amazing video that
the
Niantic
only thing
put out.
Wrong with the video is that Ken was not the main character in that video.
This old dude is my spirit animal, dude. I'm watching the video. I'm going, old man trainer. Old man trainer. He's my spirit animal, man. So it's definitely clear that Niantic has been really focusing heavy on these videos and these visuals, these trailers. Super well done. Cast very well. Production values through the roof. And this one for Gigantamax is absolutely awesome. They just totally nail it from start to finish. It's like a minute and a half? No, it's a 3-minute video. So
yeah, it was really long. I mean, I was impressed by it, but
yeah, I mean, they show the Orbeetle, which looks absolutely super cool. Charizard. Just if you watch this video and you don't get hyped up, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I'll definitely put the link to it in the Dandy in the Bronx, new follower. Hello, thank you, man. But yeah, this trailer is so fire. Just I'll put the link in the description, so definitely check that out. I'm absolutely hyped. Toxtricity, which they do feature in that video. They put some additional information on the wild area pages for Gigantamax Toxtricity coming along with Dynamax Toxtricity, both forms. So that's pretty neat. Dude, wild area is going to be unbelievable also with mighty Pokemon. It's rating at IRL events. They're just pumping it up. And I think that that's going to have a trickle down to neighborhoods, to communities, to ambassador events where people are starting to recreate the culture of this is a game about exercise, exploration, and real world social interaction. People forget that a lot. And that'll we're going to take a break, but that'll kind of take us into the conversation I want to do. Excuse me, talk about the VPS and how in-person gameplay has some fun stuff coming in the near future. But Adam, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about VPS. We'll talk about Pokemon Playground. This is exciting stuff, all happening at the same time on top of Gigantamax. So much going on. But audio listeners, we'll be back right after this. All right, chat, what's going on? Dandy in the Bronx, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Dude, 52 minutes in. We went long before a break. So much news.
Sometimes we just gotta do it, you know?
Yep. All right, I'm ready to get back into this as soon as we can, if you want. Mainly because I didn't have my drink, so I'm definitely dehydrating right now. Didn't get a drink.
Well, I mean, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
I'm ready.
Oh, we got a voicemail too.
Oh.
All right. And we are back. From our break. Thank you, Adam, for that so very much. Ha! Quick little break here on the stream. I just wanted to take a moment to thank some of our patrons. Huge thanks to our gym leaders, Ben, DJ Wonderbread, Espeon Willow, GK, Halda Counselor, Joseph, Kimberly, Maddie G, Mythical Hitch, and Sushi Slayer. Special thanks to our executive producer, Xander, as well as the other executive producers on the network, Monkey Bread and Kate the Cons. Make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for everywhere you can connect with us, grab some merch, leave some reviews, send us a message, check out all the other shows on the network. Everything is up at PokemonProfessor.com. All right, before we get on to back into the news here, we did have an email, a voicemail from Sir Amanda. Shout out to Sir Amanda. Not only is she an incredible part of the Lured Up community, always hanging at live events and all that good stuff, she just started her own podcast about Monster Hunter now. So it's called the MHN Cast. So I will put a link in the description. Everybody go subscribe to Sir Amanda's podcast because it's awesome and she's awesome. All right, and here's a little voicemail she sent in regarding Dynamax.
Hey, Lured Up, it's Sir Amanda here. Two things I wanted to say about Dynamax. One is a tip. So first, I found this out on accident. In the Campfire app, it'll show you where Dynamax raids are. I don't know how long it's been doing that for, but it's there. And when you click on one of them, it'll tell you the dates of how long it's going to be there for. It's kind of weird. You have to go to Campfire and look for it, but at least the information's out there. Because I've been running into scenarios like, oh, I'm going to meet a friend for lunch tomorrow at this restaurant down the street, and there's like a Phalanx raid there. Should I do the raid now, or should I do it tomorrow when my friend's there? And before I had no way of knowing, so I would just do it. And then the next day, I'd be there with my friend, be like, sorry, I can't help you. I already did this raid. So now I have a way to find the answer. Okay, the other thing is, let's talk about Phalanx real quick. The difficulty is good. I think it's great a person can solo it. They just have to be like a boss and on top of their game.
You have to be a boss. Fine. That's right.
Not bad.
It makes you be
good.
What
is bad is that, right now, the things that are best against Phalanx are Charizard and Metagross. And you can't get them right now. The things you can get right now are not like going to give you super effective advantage against Phalanx. So it kind of feels bad. Like if you were slow or sleeping on trying out Dynamax, it feels probably freaking impossible right now. It feels bad. So I hope they kind of avoid these kinds of situations in the future. Just put something in the 1-star that people can get that'll help them out. That's all. Peace.
And they give us the other 3 stars. So in my mind, they're all the same. I understand their stats are different, but
they're fire.
The typings are all the same. So I that's why I invested in Cinderace, so I have effectively powered up Charizard. I have a high powered Metagross, and I have a high powered Cinderace.
Yeah, but what Sir Amanda's saying though is we've seen this where a week before they have a new raid boss come out, they'll kind of feed us the counters. So they kind of did that with Beldum. They made Charizard available in the beginning.
And we all invested in Charizard.
But what she's saying is not everyone. So if you were slow to go and you didn't get a good Charizard, or you haven't invested in the Charizard, the Phalanx, the Beldum, they're going to be a lot tougher. And again, I'm so okay, just like you are. I'm so okay with the difficulty. Yeah, you're right. You could still get a fire Pokemon, but it's still no Charizard. It's still not a Blast Burn Charizard. You know what I mean?
What typing right now, if came out, like we don't have a fairy move, right? There's no fairy.
No, there's plenty that they were missing.
So if a dragon came out, we'd be screwed.
Sure.
You know what I mean? If Snorlax came out, the only counter would be Phalanx.
The worst. Phalanx is the worst too. It's like
and just imagine the Gigantamax Snorlax. That thing is going to be
I can't wait.
Huge.
I can't wait. No, I want the difficulty. I want people to wait. And you don't get charged max particles if you fail. So it's like what are you going to be mad about? Oh, I just wasted 3 minutes. It's like, bro, get over 3 minutes. Get over it.
So
get good.
if the development team is listening to us right now, please, for the love of everything, if and when we get Snorlax Gigantamax, can you allow it to have the seasons? So if we're in fall, it's going to fall on like the island of his belly. If it's winter,
I want belly physics. I want like Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball belly physics. JT Valor says Dubwool has a fighting max move though, so that would work. That's funny. It's true. It's true. Bring Dubwool against
everyone got Dubwool. So
it's so funny. No. I love that it's hard. Giggity. Pause. I love that it's gonna force us to challenge, to be strategized and things like that. We talked about that when we first started talking about Dynamax. It's forcing people to talk about team dynamics and team construction and all that stuff. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's good stuff. All right, let's get through.
I think we should, I think we should start a new segment, kind of like Battle Party, because it technically is a battle party. But
for max battles?
3 Pokemon. So Battle Squad or something. I don't know. We gotta
Dude, my third slot is always going to be a doo-doo Pokemon because I'm always leaving my lowest Pokemon in my anchor position because I want to drop it behind. So it's like it's a 2-person party. It's a 2 Pokemon party in my book. All right, let's get into this last topic here.
Well, like for me, I'm leaving Phalanx because I need those Candy XL.
Yeah, I fear.
I'm leaving Score Bunny because I need those Candy XL. And you know what?
Yeah, good luck getting them though.
I did a random Score Bunny just because I was like, you know what? I actually need the XLs. And you know what I got?
5 candy.
Another Another 100.
Did you really?
Like,
oh my
God.
God.
Serious? I don't need that. I mean,
That's
I'm
awesome.
happy about it, but I don't need that. So
That's
when I have
awesome.
a doo-doo Pokemon, it's always the 100% score button.
All right. Niantic released a positive play guide. This is through the Niantic website, so not through any specific game's website. October 10th says blending tech and reality, leveraging AR and real-world games to foster positive play. And it really shows the mission that Niantic has had for a long time with AR and mapping the world and all that kind of stuff, and really talks about what the games have done and what they can do. There's a great article on mental health and Niantic games recently that was awesome. Play Peridot is kind of doing all this stuff in the medical field. There's all this incredible stuff that's happening through Niantic with AR. So it sometimes catches a bad rap. It sometimes is an afterthought. But it was really nice that they put this together, and it kind of talks about building a safe community. It talks about, pause with Peridot. Here you go. Which, talking about wellness and life logging and stuff like that. Really cool. But I did want to just bring up their tweet. Hold on. Before I do this, let me just find that tweet. Here we go. They did put a tweet up about the positive play guide. And of course, our number one comment here, JRE Seawolf, says, I have made many friends through Pokemon Go, many of which are online. Real-world interactions are indeed great, and I met many local players through Pogo. But so are many online friends made through the years. Hopefully you value them just as much, too. ? Dude. Let people enjoy things. It's like he's constantly finding a way. They're literally saying, be positive, make friends. And he's like, surely you're doing this because you hate online friends. Is that what it is? It's like, bro, can't even like leave the post that says positive play guide. Can't even be positive about that. What's wrong with him? It's so ridiculous.
I think
All
you're
right.
ridiculous.
Most likely, that is absolutely correct. All right, we're gonna talk really quick about something coming to the game. This popped up on Twitter, on Reddit last night. It says new Pokemon Playgrounds feature being tested in Seattle and Bellevue, Washington. And it shows a screenshot. In-game news says trainers today. We're excited to invite you to check out Pokemon Playgrounds, which we're trying out at a select few Pokestop and gyms in your area. So people only in the Seattle and Bellevue area saw this in-game message. It says, with this exciting new way to play with Pokemon, you'll be able to capture fun and creative Go snapshots of your Pokemon interacting with locations in the real world, as well as Pokemon that other trainers have brought out to play in the same location. Keep a lookout for swirling energy indicators when visiting Pokestops or gyms in Seattle and Bellevue to discover a Pokemon playground. When you bring a Pokemon out to play, other trainers will be able to interact with it at the Pokemon playground for 48 hours. Please note this feature is in testing and only available at select locations. Stay tuned for updates. Okay, Pokemon Playgrounds. I want you to take a trip with me, Adam, back to 2017. And I remember an old episode of Lured Up when we actually talked about this because I think we talked about it with JC Picks, but we were talking about how awesome the, where is that article? How awesome this is because we were all hyped on, AR at the time. We were just like so hyped on it. I'm just pulling up this old article. And if I pull this old blog up here from June 5th, 2017, Niantic blog, it says our augmented reality journey continues. And they talk about the WWDC, Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference, where they showed off the AR kit for one of the first times for iOS 11. Remember, we're on iOS 18 now, so this is older. But it shows a very crude and early screenshot of Charizard in the same AR space as a Chikorita, Growlithe, and Pikachu. And we were like, yo, they're all on the same screen. And they talked about how this was like when occlusion first was kind of becoming a thing with reality blending and all that kind of stuff. And we were really excited because we thought this was going to be like this pseudo offline mode where you can play with Pokemon Go without actually playing the game of Pokemon Go. This was going to be like this sidebar thing. And it ultimately turned into the shared AR experience where you could take photos with other Pokemon that people would place on the ground. You had to be near them, scan a QR code, whatever it was. So what it sounds like to me, based on this little blurb from Reddit, from the in-game news, is that Niantic might be experimenting with Pokemon Go and the VPS. And if you don't know what the VPS is, the VPS is Niantic's Lightship program. The Lightship is like the AR world, the AR map, everything that we're building here, the database of POI through Wayfarer across all the games, things that aren't even in any of the games, the power spots now, an amalgamation of OpenStreetMap and Google Maps and Overture and all this stuff happening kind of merges together with the VPS. If you were fortunate enough to get in on the Wayfarer app test flight beta that was maybe 2 years ago, you could actually scan and mess with the VPS, and it would allow creators to create these VPS locations, which essentially geo-fence an area of the map that if there's enough 3D scans, which are done by the handsets, by the phones, you can create a instance within that GPS space where things are going to be persistent between devices, meaning I walk into that space, you walk into that space. I drop my Pokemon down. Yep. You drop a Pokemon down, I see it on my phone. I move something.
Pokemon down and you see it.
It's persistent, right?
That's epic.
So the VPS is really incredible. I remember I loved scanning with the VPS, doing 3D model scans. Somewhere back on our Instagram, there's a video I put up of screen recording of me doing VPS scanning. It's the future of IRL gameplay, in my opinion, because what it's essentially doing is allowing them to create their own game board and manage their game board. So picture the Rose Bowl, right? They're at the Rose Bowl for a Go Tour event. They could essentially scan this thing VPS style where the entire area of the Rose Bowl or the field is a controlled VPS instance, meaning you walk into that area, engage in that area, spin the swirly thing, enter Pokemon Playground mode, whatever, and now you're inside this little microcosm of the game. Agent X saying Scaniverse. Scaniverse is awesome too. The splats are crazy. Wow. And I think this might be getting to where this is going to be well beyond just the shared AR experience of photos. This meaning the Pokemon are going to interact with the environment. So because it's scanned in and you mesh all these multiple scans together, if there's a statue here in the middle of the courtyard, because that's been scanned and someone walked around and got their free poffin, right, to scan that Pokestop and walk around it a couple times, it knows it's there in the world. So if your Pikachu were to run by that, it's either going to hop over it, go in front of it, or go behind it, but it knows it's there in the 3D space because it's been scanned in and it's permanent within that VPS system. So it allows these so put it this way. Picture they rent a building out, and in the building, there's 50 rooms. They can make each room a different VPS environment. Do you remember when Harry Potter game was around and you could enter the portals and kind of walk through?
I still think ultra wormholes needs to happen at some point, and then that takes us into ultra space. I feel like that would be really cool.
Well, it's very exciting where this is going. We're going to have to see how this playground thing rolls out. It may not even be attached to the VPS at all. I could be talking out of my butt. But it may very well be this is a VPS location that they're going to be hosting these playgrounds at, and that's how that they can initiate this shared AR experience. But I do want to note something here.
Imagine doing like an indoor Go Fest where your experience, like half of it is you walk into that empty building and they position things spaced out far enough where like people are, when they're looking at their phone, they're actually like walking around things, and it's not like everybody's just like crowded everywhere.
They could place items on the map that we would then have to retrieve. They could literally do a geocache style treasure hunt, but you're actually looking for something in AR that will be persistent.
That would be so cool.
So it's like 5 of us can converge on something from different directions, but through our handset, we're all looking at the same thing. That's so cool to me. I just think it's, fast forward 5 years and we have wearables, glasses on our eyes, and we're looking at mixed reality. Oh man, it's going to be incredible. But one thing I wanted to wrap up with was I just want to highlight how incredibly horrible these comments are on Reddit to this Pokemon Playgrounds announcement or, Reddit post. First thing, wow, Niantic's still desperate for people to use AR, huh? The next person, I was interested in learning what this was until I kept reading and realized it's AR related. Pass. If they want us to submit photos of stops and gyms for their database, hard pass. A lot of people just going on and on and on. Must hurt them a lot to know they only exist due to pocket monsters and not AR. Everyone, all of a sudden, now they're just like, they hate AR. No one can be happy for anything. They're an AR company, not the gaming one. Then that person gets roasted. It's a nice vertical slice of people not understanding that there's more to this game. And I think we're going to see more and more of this as max battles become more popular, as IRL events become more robust. We have Go Fest, we have Go Tour, we have Wild Area, Safari Zone, City Safari, Air Adventures, all this crazy stuff happening.
Yeah, I can't believe it. One of them's like, at this point, they're the Pokemon Go company. They have to accept it at some point. AR is dead, at least as far as their capabilities are concerned.
But they're going to continue to push the mission, though. It's going to become more and more clear.
People don't understand. People don't understand that like their hands are tied with these IPs, with this IP. Like their hands are tied. If these are not accurate depictions of the Pokemon proper, that's they can't put that out there. So of course the AR for this game isn't going to be the greatest because they're focused on the actual aesthetics of the Pokemon themselves.
Just wait till the AR becomes part of the game, because right now it's just this mode, right? But picture,
but that's mostly just for pictures.
But picture playing Community Day, walking down the street. I got my phone case here. Walking down the street with your phone, right? You're like, boop, 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 boop. And then all of a sudden you see something on the ground, or you get to a place where you can leave something behind for someone else. I don't know. It's going to add another layer of immersion because there's going to be persistence between. So if you have a crew, if you have a group, if you have party play and you have persistence in AR between your party, like start small. This could be awesome. They could use the technology of Gigantamax battles to bring groups of 4 into a bigger group. Maybe you could have groups of 4 in party play that are connected via some kind of AR instance that can then be added to the big pool. If everyone were to start, use a football field as an example, everyone's lined up on one of the goal lines, right? Puts their phone on scanning mode and slowly walks from 0 yards all the way across to the other end zone, slowly scanning back and forth, mapping the entire GPS of that location. In that sweep, they could essentially have a game board built. Because if you've messed with Scaniverse at all, which I recommend you do, or you did any of the VPS stuff on the Wayfarer app when it was available, you'll see how incredibly detailed it is. And Jamal from Wayspotters has done some of these Scaniverse splats, and they're super impressive. And it's like, now the Wayfarer community is adopting Scaniverse to put as supporting photos for in their linking them in their nominations. So it's like if someone has a question about the validity of a stop, you can look at the Scaniverse and look at the location in 3D. It's all self-fulfilling. It's all incredible. So I want to know what everyone thinks about when it comes to AR and the capabilities of it? Do you look at it just as a photo option, or do you think that there's something more here that can enhance our IRL play? Because I think it would be incredible. You show up at a Go Fest at Randall's Island in New York City, and then they have an area off to the side that's a VPS area that's, geo-fenced in, physically fenced in, whatever. And when you walk into that area, you're immersed in a different world through your phone. I think that's very, very, very exciting. But Adam, I think that's it, man. I think we did it. Is that a show?
I think that's it. That's
all
been
right.
a show. I mean, I got my rant off of my chest.
I can't wait to do max battles with you, man. I can't wait to do some battles in person. You got to come in November for that card show. I think you should come. I think we should get a table. I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
I think that'd be a good idea. We'll talk about it. But thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you, especially. Appreciate everyone for being active in the chat. Really do appreciate it. Give us a follow, like, sub, share, all that good stuff. Check out PokemonProfessor.com. You can email us, luredup@PokemonProfessor.com. You can leave us a voicemail like Sir Amanda did, 732-835-8639. But Adam, if that's a show, I do believe that that's a show. Is that, in fact, a show?
It's a show, Ken. Let's wrap it up.
Keep training, trainers. Thank you so much.